code in some journal somewhere. I don't want to hear about how limbo drove me to suicide. I'm giving that a really hard look.
I'm not saying jack shit, Anthony. Listen,
my mind went right back to what you talked about. Oh, back when I was in Lily Pete's group, I got very suicidal. I was like, that kind of makes me wonder, doesn't it? No, I wasn't going to say anything public.
Dude, I have been trying to fucking walk away from this shit. I have not said anything to a Beryl, despite the fact that they continue to fucking say, "Oh, get back in the call and everything will be okay," including fucking Leo finding my goddamn phone number and my goddamn Facebook. Y'all will not leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to just get back to my little corner of the internet.
Boo fucking ho.
Joe, I recommend you calm down.
What I want to know, Blake, is like why you switched your story from saying like literally in a call with Spoken, Fable, me, you, and Molly, and you clear as day said to literally everyone, "Oh, well, you were part of the reason I wanted to attempt suicide." And then I left the call, and then all of a sudden, "Oh no, it's because of my decisions with you. I wanted to attempt suicide."
That's what I was trying to say.
Really? Then you should have fucking said it.
That was pretty bad. But
yeah, well, just the fuck what? Pretty fucking bad has been in my fucking life since December fucking 16th.
Oh, good for you. I have bronchitis and my brother's in the hospital and could be dead soon.
All right,
one moment for a point of correction here. I just want to make it very clear. Blake, I didn't find your number. Somebody gave it to me. For one thing.
Who was it? I want a name.
Too bad.
Anyways. For the record, Blake, I said this to you before, which was recorded before. No one's accusing you of being a predator.
Well, shit, then why do you keep fucking joking about it, despite the fact that I was uncomfortable with it? And
oh my god, Blake.
Okay, Blake.
I wasn't even aware you were being joked about it being a predator.
No, hold on, Blake. What kid were you being joked about? Jasmine? Nobody.
No,
Go ahead. Take it.
I guess I got predator and creep mixed around.
Yeah, that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference, Blake.
Well, if you're being it's a shipping joke, Blake. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I
a shipping joke where the people will continuously say, "We don't think this is funny," and yet do y'all stop? No.
They did stop. After I told them, they stopped. Yeah, they do it
I
like
haven't heard
once.
a single person joking about that.
Here, I'll tell you this, Blake, and Step can... Well, if Step could bother to tell the truth for once. He's like, "So, when's the Blake Diamond video coming out?" I'm like, "It's not, Step." Are you going to confirm that in chat?
He may be in school, so he may not respond quickly.
But you can type N. Or,
yeah.
I
asked if you were going to make one.
Yeah, and I said no. Is that consistent?
Yeah, you clearly said like we.
Yeah, you said no.
Yeah,
you said. I believe I've told you that now, Step. You get dumb really quick on these questions. They're really straightforward and simple.
Yeah, I mean, Blake, I understand why you feel that way, but in a way, you're lying to yourself because I don't see what I did wrong. All I did was put you in your place slightly when you were yelling over people when you said they could talk. That's all. Because when Leo was starting to talk, then you started yelling over him after you said, "Yes, you can talk, I'll be silent." And that's when I stepped in because that is rude. And I don't like when people lie. I don't like when people lie. Because that's wrong.
Blake, have you gone to a hospital yet since you attempted suicide?
It's not a hospital. You have to go to a behavioral
Yeah, well, have
facility.
you gone?
No, I haven't.
Then you should. I've already fucking told you this. If you actually attempted suicide and your life is so fucking miserable and you feel miserable, why the fuck haven't you gone to the fucking hospital?
If he's not going to go, he's not looking to help himself.
But Blake, I'm putting it to you, like, I don't feel I'm out of line with this.
It's not that goddamn easy.
Hold on, just 1 second. And again, Buttons is making progress. They're fast-tracked to get their therapy session. It isn't that hard if Buttons can do it. You have a job. And I'm sure that you have the same medical kind of thing. If we looked it up right now for your state, which I'm not really looking to have myself, I'm not looking to dox you. I didn't know your name. What was it, Bob, Bill? Don't care.
You've known my fucking first name at least. It's
Well, I'm
because it
sure
used
I
to be
heard
my
it, but I
accent.
didn't write it down. It wasn't like a big, major, massive thing. You have to remember, I still call Kichi Kichi, even though I've heard the name once or twice.
He always calls me Buttons, even though he knows my name.
Yep. There's a couple, but yes, I know them.
Shut up.
Anyways.
But yeah,
Excuse me.
that was
I
a
think
lot of the
Leo
main.
told me his name. I couldn't remember it though.
But
yeah, a lot. It's all of this came down to the call because there were a lot of things that you were doing that weren't okay.
I don't really care that bad, Blake. I'm telling you right now, I'm not out to get you. If it really suits you to be like Anthony's an asshole, in my professional opinion, I think he's a monster. But my room is not out to get you. I better not be hearing like conversations. They drove me to suicide. That's where I'm gonna start to
Apparently,
get
you've been
pissed.
telling Fable. Well, apparently, I've been getting messages from people like Fable said she's pissed off because Limbo apparently is still fucking with him.
Look. I'm being completely honest with you, Blake. I don't hate you, but I do hate Fable because she's fucking annoying.
I mean, I'm not looking to get you as well. I just wanted to know the answer to why I was being called that.
Yeah, I'm not looking to... Oh, you go, sorry.
Step not helping.
See, I'm not looking to get you either, but I also don't want you in my life anymore. There, I finally fucking said it.
That's with me too. I don't want to talk to you because of everything that went on.
I don't want to fucking talk to any of you.
Well,
So fine, that makes us even.
And it's not even that, Blake. Like, let me just say, like, even when I was mad with you and I was just taking up space and getting a breather after that whole suicide thing, you still texted me on Christmas and put me to group chat with people I don't know, caused my anxiety to go through the fucking roof.
Yes, that was a mistake. I am sorry for that.
Go ahead.
The point, Blake, is... And then, like, I have Fable fucking always telling me to get involved with your shit to help you out, and then I text you and I find out there's nothing wrong, and it's like, you're giving people different stories, you're running us around in circles. I'm tired. I appreciate everything.
Hold up, you cut out.
You cut out. Buttons. Hold on, Buttons.
Sorry.
Join back into the call.
Yeah, pop
Am
out.
I
Pop
back?
back.
Am I back?
You're really good about it. Okay, go ahead. She's gonna come back in. Okay.
Am I okay again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, my phone fucked up. Someone called and I had to... Alright, anyways. But I was saying, don't get me wrong, I appreciate things you've done for me in the past. Don't get me wrong. You've been a good friend. But when it comes down to it, it was the worst time to tell me you like me, first off. You blamed me for your attempted suicide. When I told my mom that happened, she's like, then why the fuck are you still talking to him? And I said, yeah, you're right.
How many times do I have to say that was worded wrong?
What do you mean?
It
what do you mean?
It wasn't just
sounds more like you were just saving face afterwards.
No, you're trying to cover your flank for something that you said.
Don't do that stupid fucking horse fucker talk.
No, I mean, I know. No, I'm being serious. If you're gonna say something, own up to it. And if you lie,
I've been trying to fucking.
Stop. Let me talk. Just let me talk. Maybe you can learn to listen better from this. If you say a lie, own up to it in that moment. Don't try to cover it up with your own flank with lies and white lies. I've learned that the hard way. And I can learn from it. Buttons can learn from it. Hell, everybody can learn from it. And if you don't want to learn from it, that's your own fault. So take what you're learning now or own up to your actions when you do lie. Because it's just going to bite you in the ass later, like it is now.
You really hurt me when you said that, Blake. And then the minute I left the call and I was crying and I blocked you is when you decided to say, oh no, that's not what I meant.
I was trying to...
To add on to that, You don't joke around with suicide.
I didn't joke around. I actually attempted it. Don't fucking say that I faked it. How dare you?
I'm not saying you're faking it. I'm talking about the fact that you were changing your story on why you did it.
No, you want the honest to God fucking story? I'll tell you the honest to God fucking story. Everything that has happened from December 17th until the day I lost fucking Elf as a friend and caused me to reach my lowest fucking point and made me decide that my life wasn't worth it anymore. Every single decision that I had made, every single fucking one, that was the reason why I attempted to slit my goddamn throat. Are we clear?
You told me that you chickened out at the last minute because it was a knife. You didn't even attempt it.
All right, you know what? I don't like the direction this is going.
I don't like the direction either. I don't like the direction either. I did not want to know that. I really did not want to know that because now it's making me feel really uncomfortable. Anthony, can I ask you something really? Can you please not put this call up on YouTube?
I mean,
or at least cut this part.
I mean, fucking, I never put up the hour-and-a-half call after the stream.
Okay, thank you. That's all I'm asking.
I went down. I had consult with 2 people. Ari, I thought that you were one of those people.
No,
I thought it was you and Bi. But anyways.
No, but go ahead.
Yeah, I usually take advice from the friends and people around me.
Okay. Thank you.
You had good, reasonable, responsible people. You had. Yeah, the elf knows his shit. You know, I'm not saying he's an absolute master genius, but yeah, you won't like tank really bad by following that advice. Seems pretty straightforward. It feels like a month ago, Blake, where I was like, yeah, Blake's got his shit together. He's talking to everybody. He's got more balls than me. You know what? Blake's pretty cool, and we're here.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I thought that too.
It just snapped really fast, really bad after things that.
It's just go ahead. I'm sorry.
I even said when you said I said, look, Blake, take your time if you're going to ask out butts. Don't bum rush it. I couldn't tell you how to be you, but
yeah, that was mistake number 1, and things just kept getting worse from there. And it was my own fucking fault.
Yeah.
Look, do you want me to admit it? I admit it. It was my own goddamn fault.
Under no circumstance did I go out of my way to sabotage you. I'm sure if I were in your shoes, I'd be like, I bet Anthony set me up. He fucked me. They're all laughing at me right now. That was never the case. Never happened.
It's, sometimes it feels like it. Because
and I understand
that
did not happen.
Well, no, hang on.
I don't know if she's okay.
I have a reason for saying that. I have a reason for saying that. Because you were just talking about the elf. Well, I have eyes on the inside of his group that says that's why and they gave me a quoted message from him saying that's why I let Blake stick around for so long. It was fun to watch him crumble. It was fun to watch him break down. That's not something a friend says. So I feel like our entire friendship was built on a ruse. I feel like that's the case for a lot.
I feel like Azoff is probably saying that because they're really hurt by what happened.
I think that might have been a little bit of damage control. Blake, you were in this room for like 2 fucking years without saying anything. You popped up, you started hanging around, you started being cool. And you know what my thought was? Shit, should have pestered Blake to hang out earlier. Like, honest to God, do you believe... I'm not bullshitting you. I'm like, oh, he's cool.
And dude, I said this before. I will say it again. And up until the fucking Buttons thing, we were cool. Like, I knew you had a Kiwi Farms thing, and people were saying, oh, dude, have you seen this Kiwi Farms thing? I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know, but here's the other thing. Even after you thought I was a monster, you still came to me and paid me to save your ass. Like, think about that for a minute, Blake. And I didn't. I was like, okay. And I never doubted you for a second. Truth is, you shouldn't have even had to do that. You should have just put out a video statement that should have been this. At worst, at very worst, and I'm not even copping to this. This is Blake Diamond talking. We talked shit to someone who may or may not be a kid. You could think I'm a dick. End discussion. And that should have been your whole video if you bothered. If you bothered.
Yeah, but you had a bigger audience, and so I figured more people would listen to you than the person who was accused.
I'm going to cut in right now. Doesn't matter how big your audience is. It's how you portray and talk to your audience. Me? A lot of people think I'm inspirational, and look at how many people I have.
How many people do you have?
I have only 200 people. I don't count the numbers. I make sure my message is clear. That way I learn from it and my viewers learn from it. So don't be thinking that a larger audience means that you're going to be more inspirational. Now, quote, having a larger audience can get your word out faster, but again, that can be wagered in some situations, depending on what subject you're talking about.
Anthony could have advertised it.
I have a lot of empathy in certain situations with you, Blake, where you start to worry and get paranoid about shit. The big, major, massive difference to me, is I do, like I said, I listen to the background. I listen to like criticism and shit. And sometimes it's not there and you have to kind of figure it out for yourself. I get feedback from Leo, I get feedback from Panzer, and that's recent. I try and let more people in. I don't necessarily let every dumbass in. I think that's probably some situations you had with Jace. But I think the elf was your friend for a while there. The elf, I was jealous. Like, you understand that, right? Like, I was like, oh, it's getting along with AZ more than I am. I must suck. Jesus.
All right. That's another one off
really
the table.
Connected. You were really fucking coming on there for a bit there, Blake. No one's denying. I'm not denying it. Maybe I'm the only schmuck that thought that.
Hang on. Eden, you're kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
Am I good again?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
I thought you were cool. I defended you.
And I thank you. I thank you for that.
Like, I thought you were fine too. The time that I thought that things started to go downhill was when I had that call with you, Brony, Inspector, and I. You were just acting so weird. And
yeah, because I was trying to do a fucking bit and nobody would fucking let me do the bit, and even when I tried to explain the bit, it was too little, too fucking late, which is another mistake on my part.
Whoa. I'm gonna counter that because, one, Baroni Inspector even said, I don't mind. So we could have. He was going to be quiet because he was working on something. He was just there to chill. Two, we were comfortable. I was comfortable with it. Three, I don't really see Baroni Inspector doing any harm to any of your videos or anything. He may be a screw-around guy and plays around, and hell, can be somewhat annoying, like what Anthony said. Everybody can be a pain at some point. But the way that you were taking it was as if he was going to sabotage your channel or make it worse. And the way that you were acting through the private chat that you and I were talking through, that's where I started to feel uncomfortable.
Oh, Jesus. Excuse me.
Not everyone's out to get you news.
That's where it started to go downhill. That's what it was. So, you were just blowing things way out of proportion. But before that, I thought you were a chill dude. Hell, I remember talking to you and Samont and I think somebody else about making an OC. And I had a lot of fun doing that, but now I just don't want to talk to you anymore. Because one, I don't want to deal with the drama that happened before. It's not worth my time. I have better things to do. And two, you just exert so much anxiety and uncomfortableness to me. Not in the sense of you liking me, but I know that's not true. But in the sense of I don't want this type of shit to reoccur again. And right now, that's what's happening. That story you just said about your thing has made me feel so uncomfortable that I kind of want to leave the call. But that would not help me. I'm trying to learn. So...
Yeah, when I heard about you wanting to cut your throat, that was right up there with when we found about when we were confronting that one mom about their kid. I'm like, Jesus Christ. This had been on This had been on any YouTube channel. I would have changed the channel. I'd have been like, nah, I'm done.
It's as bad as the Logan Paul thing. In a way.
Yeah,
you guys
Blake,
know what I'm referencing.
And again, Blake, like, I told you if you had those feelings, you should have gotten professional help.
And Blake, if you're... Oh, sorry, Buttons, go ahead.
Yeah, and I've told you, as someone who's been through this kind of thing, it's not going to get better if you don't get help. It's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse because you keep saying you told me you're just gonna get on by and it's gonna fester.
And Blake, since you attempted it, you need to go there, or else it will get worse.
Exactly. I've already said that. I said that the day after it happened.
If you can't physically go there yourself, call them. They will not come with a huge party or barrage. They will bring a single car. They console you. They bring you to the facility. They sign you in, and then they help you from there.
I don't have the money for this shit.
They worry
that's
about
the
the
big
money
fucking
later.
thing.
They worry about the money later. Your safety and your life is more important. And
They have places that can go. I know freaking guy I can't talk about DJ Calcos wound up getting committed, and I think that was on the state.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They're more concerned about your safety at that very moment than the money. They get you safe, probably for a day or two, and then they start talking about financials because in those 2 days, within 24 hours, they do a full scan, they do a full evaluation of you, and see where your mental state of mind is. If it's that serious, the state will pay for it.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Blake, when it went down with me is because you started accusing me of talking to Step and leaking info for some reason, and then you ignored me for days, and then the next thing I hear from you is I attempted suicide last night, and I could have helped you. I would have been there for you if you let me.
All right. I admit that was dumb on my part, and later.
No, telling Buttons was not a dumb part.
Hang on. I'm not done. And it was dumb to ignore you. It was dumb to accuse you. What's worse is that Fable even told me a couple days later, or dude, Anthony is his little that's Anthony's little sarcasm tick. And at that point you were dealing with something or other, and we didn't want to bother you. I didn't want to fucking bother you.
Yeah, just let me let you in on a little secret, and I've told literally fucking everyone this. I don't care if I'm physically ill. I don't care what I'm going through. If you ignore me, it's not going to exactly help our friendship or anything.
Again, it's another fucking mistake that I made.
See, if you're seeing all these mistakes, plus the attempt that you did, you really need to go get help, now. As soon as you get off this call, call them or go there. Because if you don't, then what are you learning from this? What are you doing to make yourself better? Because if you're not going to do that at all, then what was the point of doing anything?
I told you the day you told me that you attempted suicide, I want you to go to the hospital. And you kept telling me, you're going to be fine, you're going to be fine. And I come back maybe a month later.
Hang on, there's a lot of background noise coming from
I'm
somewhere.
sorry, it's me, I think.
Yeah, could you mute?
Yeah.
You could just mute for a moment? Alright, as I was saying, I come back a month later after I tell you to go to the hospital. You said you were going to be fine. You were going to be fine. And I come back and look at what I'm right. You're not fine.
Because shit keeps fucking happening. And
go to the fucking hospital.
I know y'all said this. Y'all keep saying, and they'll worry about how payments later. Later, I still won't have the money. And this is fucking Georgia. You really think the state gives a shit about mental health here? No, they fucking don't.
Don't you have family to help you out?
They're working on putting me back on their insurance, but it's taking a long goddamn time. They said it could take until May. To get me back on their insurance.
Can't they help you financially? Can't you tell them what's going on with you?
They've already helped me way too much, and they're already asking every time I get a new job, even if it's just for a day. Hey, so when are you gonna start paying us back? I can't fucking think about that right now. Because my money isn't coming in.
About this? Talk to your fucking parents about this at least. They're there. They are your parents. They need to know about this. How would they feel if they walked in one day and saw their precious son dead on the floor? They would hate themselves because they didn't know, because you didn't let them know. I'm sorry to say, and I usually don't say this to people who are suicidal, you are being fucking selfish right now.
Is this better? Do you hear any background noise? Not as much?
Good.
Not as much.
Okay, I moved to the back of the house.
Yeah, it's a lot better. But yeah, you are being selfish right now. I usually don't say that, but if you're going to keep saying, oh, you have all these issues, and you're not going to get help, and you have people there for you, you have your mom, you have your dad, you have people, then what the fuck are you even doing? You need to better yourself.
There's a link in the chat here for get help between plenty of health things that you could probably look into. It's a handful of numbers. It probably wouldn't take you more than an hour or two. I'm sure you could spare a little bit of time. I understand. No, going and doing this shit while you're working sucks dick. It's the last thing in the world. But if you're got a situation this serious,
work is not worth it.
No, it's not. Listen, Blake, I told you this. I was in your exact position when I was 18 years old. I had a job. I didn't want to lose my job. I didn't want to lose anything. And yeah, it sucked for me because of my position. But your position is different because you have a home at least to go back to and shit. You know, you have things that are going to be there for you when I went to the hospital when I was 18, I lost literally fucking everything because of my position in the foster care system. You're not in that position. You're in a better position and you can get another job. You still have your home and you have your parents. You have resources there for you. You have people for you. You are throwing it down the toilet.
And sadly, I'm going to throw it in here. You have been. Everybody's been telling you to do stuff and you haven't. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to learn from it and do something? Or are you going to continue to repeat history and continue to do the same thing and worsen yourself?
You told me you were proud of me for getting help, coming back with my mother, going to start therapy and everything. I wanted to be proud of you too. Let me be proud of you. Let us all be proud of you for getting help. You can still get help and we can all maybe work on things together. Or if not, you can find new friends and you can be happy. Don't you want to be happy? Everyone deserves happiness, babe.
If you say no, this call, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to leave if you say no because it's just...
No to
Anthony's not going to put the call up, so I'm going to say it. It's going to trigger things I do not want to remember.
No, I understand.
Wait, no to what?
Sorry,
they want you to look. There's a link in the room that has some.
Yeah,
calls.
I'm on.
Yeah, look
I'm
into it.
I'm on the link. I'm looking through, trying to find the specifically the mental help one or the therapy ones.
No, you need mental help. You need mental help.
You need like a behavioral health hospital, like a suicide hotline place, like the place those when you attempt suicide.
I called the suicide hotline, and after I failed after I failed my attempt.
Well, then you need to go to the behavioral center because you attempted it. So you need to go there. If you're this down, you need to go there because I hate to say it, but if you don't get help, some type of help, it's going to happen again.
And you
may say no, but it may happen again.
It will.
You may not.
In my experience, not even just someone who's been through this, but has had lost people to this, it will happen again, and you may not survive, and people could lose you. There are people that care about you, Blake. Literally, everyone has someone who cares about them.
And in another opinion, I really think after this, you should cut yourself from everything here. Limbo, Barrel, YouTube, Twitter.
I already know. Hold on. I don't have a problem.
I already tried to walk away from fucking Barrel and Limbo, and guess what? People kept telling me to come back because they wanted to keep on fucking bullying me. Not you guys, but Barrel definitely.
Okay, then what you need to do...
I'm sure Leo can chime in, and because he's the one who reached out to me to try to get me back into Barrel.
Steph, that's not the point right now, so please. I know. We all know. We don't need... Steph, please. We already know. We're in a slightly different situation now. We're not looking to bust on Blake. We're trying to help, in a sense.
We just want you to get mental help.
We don't roll that way. Maybe you don't roll that way. So please.
Someone hang Step up from the call.
I'm going to kick him for now. I'm kicking Step.
That's a good idea.
Oof.
I'm kicking Step.
There you go.
How hard is it to behave yourself for just a little while? Good lord.
Oh, tell me about it.
We lasted a week.
Anyways.
It was Step or me? Or
No, Step.
Oh.
But Blake...
Well, yeah, he hasn't even been behaving himself. He keeps fucking...
It's fine. We don't need to worry about that right now. That's a whole different
Okay,
situation.
I'm going to go ahead and chime in since I was asked to a minute ago.
Also, I found a place. Appleseed's Behavioral Center.
Hold on, Blake. Let Leo talk.
Does Beryl want you to do better? Well, probably not, but ultimately what they wanted to do was at least get you to stop lying about everything. Good God, you'd come in there and you'd say a few things that were true and then try to cover it back up with lies. I mean, what are you doing, man? Do you think that's going to help anything?
Again, that goes to what I said before. Don't tell lies and use your flank to cover it up.
That's easy.
No, dude, it's not. Because you told Beryl you were going to do something, and then you bailed. You didn't do it, and then, the day before I got a hold of you, you deleted them.
I've said that's not even true. I lied to the person who told you that.
But you're admitting to lying.
Either way, you've lied to multiple people at this point, telling me you lied to
Because that's what I do.
Else.
That's my defense mechanism. It's a shitty defense mechanism.
Then again, that's why you need help.
See, I don't need a defense mechanism to lie to people because I'm just honest with them. Why can't you be?
Because honesty continues to hurt me.
Honesty is the best way to go. Okay, hold on. Honesty is going to hurt. But it's better to hurt and learn than to feel good and feel pain later.
I think the better analogy is if you lie now, you may feel good for a moment, but in the long run, it will ultimately damage you. If you just stand your man and be, honest and upfront with everybody, you may hurt yourself now, but later on, you're not gonna get hurt even worse. Lying is not a good defense mechanism, absolutely, and you should definitely get help for that.
And
on top of that, considering this is your defense mechanism, no wonder you're so blasted paranoid all the time. You've lied to everybody.
And not to mention, if you lie about everything that's little, no one's going to believe things that are big. That's why you were probably paranoid. People didn't believe you about suicide because you lie so much. Did you lie to me?
No.
Well, that's hard to believe, unfortunately, while you're talking.
I showed you the fucking mark from where I tried to slit my throat.
Okay, I'm done.
Sorry.
Please, I'm gonna kick you. Ugh.
You didn't show me that. I didn't want to know that.
Oh, buttons. Ugh. You know what, Blake? Sometimes you know what? Sometimes you don't know how fucking far you could go. You don't know how fucking far you don't know when to stop. You don't know when to fucking stop. You don't.
Aria, I think you need to dip from this call and take a minute to breathe.
I'm pissed. I'm angry. You don't know when to stop. Especially when you're on that type of topic. That type of graphic stuff.
Yeah, and again, you need to take a break and dip from this call to get yourself together.
No, Leo, no, she shouldn't. Blake needs to hear that.
I'm able to talk.
Yes.
My weakness is that when I get really pissed or something, I start to cry. It's who I am. I'm fine. I cry when my emotions get a little heightened. I don't want to go into detail. But
are you wearing headsets right now?
Yeah, I'm wearing headsets right now.
All right, here's what I want you to do, just for 30 seconds, okay? I want you to take the headset off and put it down, because there's something I need to say to Blake that you're not going to want to hear.
It's fine. You can say it. I'm going to be quiet. Trust me, I've heard worse.
Are you sure? Because I think it's going to bother you.
It's all right. Go ahead. I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm fine.
Blake, if you're going to pull that type of nonsense, man, at least, go out like a man. Go find a wild animal to wrestle. Don't do any of this limp-wristed garbage. I mean, what's wrong with you? I mean, you're talking about how you wanted to commit suicide because some random person on the internet stopped being your friend?
God damn it! How many times do I have to say it? It was a culmination of bad decisions.
Yeah, and the one that tipped the camel over was some person on the internet not being your friend. I mean, come on, man. I swear, the internet plays too big a part in people's lives.
And this is why you need to get help too. You really need to get help, Blake, because if you don't, then I don't know what else to say to you. I'm just.
And you said something to me when I contacted you on Facebook. He's like, "Well, why should I disappear? Because those jackals are gonna hound me wherever I go." That's why I recommended you disappear. You stand on this hill saying, "Well, I shouldn't have to leave. I shouldn't have to do this because I have a right to be here." Well, maybe you do. But natural order states that when an animal senses weakness, it's going to go after the weak animal. And right now, that's what you are. So yeah, Barrow is probably going to keep hounding you until either A, they've gotten their satisfaction of you as a lol cow, or B, you disappear. That's what I was trying to warn you about. And they probably... Dude, there's somebody in that server right now, and it ain't me, who has access to every single bit of your information. If somebody decided they wanted to take this up a notch, they could. Beryl probably won't, but they could. You put way too much of yourself out there. You live on the internet. You've got to stop doing that.
And this is why you need to go get help. This is why you need to go get help. You need to just... I don't know anymore. I feel like we're just repeating stuff now. And it's hurting a lot of people. I don't know how Buttons is feeling right now. She stormed off crying and in a shaken manner. I'm just appalled right now. I may sound in distress, but I'm not. It's more anger. It's more anger and things I don't want to remember. Let's just leave it at that. But you need to really pull up your fucking pants and figure out what you need to do. Because we're not going to be the ones to control your life. You need to control what your life is. We're not a puppet master. We're not your parent. We're not any of that. You're a grown-ass man, and you can figure out what you need to do for yourself. You don't need others to tell you what to do. Do you understand what I'm saying, Blake? Because if you don't, get your head out of your ass and listen. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, when you get off this call, you better go to that damn hospital and get some help. If you don't, then what the hell are you doing with your life? Because being on the internet is not helping. It's not helping. In fact, it's destroying you. In that matter, if it's destroying you that much, you need to just get off it. Find a life, get a life. Stuff happens. In all manner, the internet is the internet. It's not like, in a way, it's your life because it's in your life. But with the internet, you can turn it off within a button and it's gone. Life, you can't do that. With life, you get it once and that's it. Your life is more important than a damn internet sensation or internet, I don't know, internet life, if you want to call it. And if you are seriously not joking about this, which I know you're not, then what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to get your act together and figure out what you need to do in your life. Because this is going to happen again if you don't. And it ain't going to be pretty.
Blake.
Yes.
I have it handled, Buttons.
Let Eden talk.
No, I can't even say anything right now. Just let Arya talk. I'm done.
I handled it, Buttons. I handled it. I told him. I went off on him when you left.
Well, I've said everything I need to, so I'm going to go ahead and shove off for now. Good
That's
luck,
fine.
Joe.
I'll let you know if anything changes, Leo.
But yeah, good luck, Joe. Hope you actually do right by yourself, man. Later.
And the sighing and all of that is just going to make it worse. You just, instead of moping and all of that, you need to go do it. Even if you don't want to, you need to do it. Nobody else can do it but you. We can give you advice. We can tell you to go do stuff. We can give you the information. But you are the only one that can put all that into action. You are a grown-ass man, and you can figure it out for yourself. If you're that much in distress, you need to go do that. Instead of sitting around on the internet and moping around and telling these lies to the point where it's destroying your life from the inside and out. Do you understand me? Goddamn it.
Yes.
Good fucking good. Now, is there anything else anybody else needs to say? And while we're talking, Blake, if somebody's talking, don't interrupt them until they're done. Because we're trying to give you advice. So if you want the advice, you better shut your mouth. Anybody else need to tell him anything?
Just get your life together. I guess that's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
And,
Do you need to say anything, Button? Oh, sorry, Mel. Go ahead.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm just thinking.
Do you need to say anything else, Buttons, or are you okay? That's fine. That's fine. I understand.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just stuff with a friend. We're trying to get him to go to the hospital because of attempted suicide and shit.
It's okay. I don't think there's anyone else. Anthony, do you want to say anything?
I love you.
What do you do?
I think he's muted. He's eating stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying, is there anything else? Because I think this call has gone long. I think this call has gone far enough. A lot of people feel hurt, emotionally, pissed, and broken. And that's something that we do not need to feel right now. Yeah, we can feel pissed at times, but in this sense, it's not healthy on either party.
I don't feel pissed. I just feel broken inside of it.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Like,
a lot of us feel pissed, broken.
I don't think you should have told him how you wanted to kill yourself. I think just saying you killed yourself is stressful enough. I don't think telling people, "Oh, I wanted to do this."
We don't need that. We don't need to repeat.
No.
I know. I'm not saying it. That's why I'm saying I'm not. Anyway. But
the thing that hurts me right now is I considered Blake a best friend of mine. And to know I could have woken up one morning and him just be gone and not even.
It's all right. It's all right. I understand, Buttons. It's all right.
I've lost a best friend who was my last year and in high school, and I know how hard.
Buttons, I think what you should go do is go get a glass of water, sit on the couch or somewhere, and drink it and relax for about a minute or two. It'll help you relax just for a moment. Okay. This is the type of hurt I mean, Blake. I know, and I know you know, suicide is something you don't play with. Whether it is in a joking manner or not. And I know you weren't joking. I'm talking in general. People joke around. People do those types of things, but they don't know the real consequences. The consequence, yes, somebody loses their life. But you know what the real consequence is? People who cared about that person who killed themselves. That is the damage that's most harmful. Person who's dead, they're already dead. They don't feel anything anymore, unfortunately. It's those who loved them and cared about them who have to have that regret and pain for the rest of their lives. And that's something that is traumatic and unfortunate. Do you really want to put that upon people who truly care or cared about you? Do you?
No.
Do you see why it is so important to go over there, job or not? Do you? I want a yes or a no. I don't want any white lies or any of that shit.
Yeah.
Now, what are you going to do about it?
I'm already looking stuff up.
No.
Why
I'm going to tell you
it's
what.
so goddamn hard to find this place.
No. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. I hate being the one to tell people what to do, but I'm going to tell you what to do. Find your closest hospital. Or closest behavioral center. I don't care.
That's what I'm looking up. I'm looking up behavioral centers.
Okay. Hospital or behavioral. Either one. Whichever one is the closest. What you're going to do is after this call, whenever you have a job or not, if you have a job today, you call them and say, something came up on my end. I am not going to be able to come into work today due to due to a medical emergency. And they should say, okay. If they don't, then, oh well. You say, well, I'm not coming in today. I'm sorry. And you hang up. And then you head to the hospital or the behavioral center. And you go straight there. You park the car, you go in, you admit yourself. And then you listen to every single little thing that they tell you, because they will tell you what to do. Because they will do a hell of a lot of examinations and tests on you to see how severely impacted you are with what happened and all of the mental stuff that you are dealing with. And then they will contact your family or those who you want them to contact. Because they will have to pick up your things. And then after that, they will figure out payment later. The first 24 hours is usually trying to get you settled in and figuring out what the plan of action is. With your situation, you will probably be there for a good couple of days to weeks.
Sometimes with medical stuff, if you don't have insurance, I think they'll do like certain amounts of payments for like increments of time, like $50 each week or something.
Let's not worry about the money right now. He can deal with that later when it comes up. Right now, he needs to get admitted. Because I'm going to say it. This has gone too far. This has gone way too far. You should have done this a long-ass time ago. If you felt this down and this below. Because it could have helped you before trying to attempt. Because now look at the people who you've hurt. Or you would have hurt if you succeeded. I hate to be the blunter of things, but I hate to do that. But this is a serious matter. And I'm not going to let it be unspoken or undone. This needs to be finished now. And if it's not, then that is on your own fault. That is on your own fault and nobody else's. And only you are the one to blame.
I want to say I'm sorry for getting upset earlier.
No, you had a reason to be upset, Buttons. You do.
I'm sorry I upset you.
You upset a lot of people.
It isn't even just upset, Blake. I could have lost you, as when I considered you a friend. I could have.
You have a reason to cry and be like that, Buttons. You do. You do. And I used you as an example to Blake on what happens if someone succeeds. Because, like I said, it's dark. What I said was very dark and bad, but it makes sense. When somebody kills themselves, they don't feel the pain anymore. They're dead. You know the ones who do feel the pain? The people who care. People who loved and cared about that person. They have to be with that that trauma for the rest of their living lives. To think back upon it, on that day, on events, on things that they love to do with each other. It's not the person who killed themselves who's going to have that trauma. It's the people who are still alive that remember and love them.
Blaming
and that
themselves
alone.
for not. There's also guilt because they'll blame themselves for not being able to do anything.
And that too. I'm tying it all together. And that is selfish. That is selfish. To yourself and to the people who care about you. What do you have to say about yourself, Blake? I'm not trying to put you down. I'm putting you into reality. Do you see how serious this situation is?
Sorry.
At least you're learning from it. And I'm going to put out there for the record, I am not furious. Hell, I'm not furious. And I'm not looking to go down your throat. I'm just ashamed, frustrated, and aggravated. Ashamed because you knew the signs. You knew what you wanted to do. You knew the consequences. And you knew the problems that you had. But why did you not go and get the help that you needed before it got this far? I'm aggravated because you knew these things. You kept lying. You kept lying. You kept lying. And even you said, it's a defense mechanism. That's a big problem. Lying does not get you anywhere, unfortunately. Whether people tell you or not. And I'm frustrated. Because, one, you knew these things. And two, we told you not to be explicit with how you did it. Because there are very sensitive people in here. Not for sensitive to the topic, but sensitive because maybe they have been in the same situation as you and don't want to think back on it. Like with buttons. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Okay. I am trying to show the reality and the logic behind this. When I started crying, it's because of who I am. When I get angry, when I feel too much anger, pissiness, or aggravation, I just start to cry and my voice cracks. It's who I am. You know why I know that? Because, don't want to go into personal detail, but I know that. It's who I am. And when it happens, like it did with Leo, like it did now, and Leo was thinking I was on the same tier as Buttons, I told him, no, this is what happens when I get pissed. Really pissed off or frustrated. That's why I don't get pissed and frustrated that much in Limbo. Yeah, I show a tone of voice like I am now, but I don't let myself go over the top. Because it can happen if it strikes me the right way. But right now, I need to be the voice of this situation because right now, there are some people who are hurt right now that I do care about. Even though I don't like you, Blake, a life is a life. And a life should not be taken for granted. We are all human. We are all people. We do deserve to live that life. If tragedy strikes due to unforeseen situations, that is unfortunate, but it was out of our hands. But for you to have a decision, why would you want to take your life when there's so much in front of you that you could do to make it better? Medicine, help, medical help has gone so far. It's 2019, almost 2020. Hospitality and medical help has gone so far. And they can help you. Things that we learn every single day can help people like you to feel better about yourself and get you back on your feet.
You told me when we had our fight and I asked for forgiveness because of the Jasmine situation, you told me you'd forgive me if I worked on myself and got help.
Exactly.
And that happened with you.
What? Sorry,
You
you were kind of muffed.
You said you would forgive me about the Jasmine situation if I worked on my life. And I'm working on my life. You know, there's some bumps with my physical illness right now, but... And you said you would forgive me. And now I want to give that same to you. I just want you to get help. That's all I've wanted ever since this happened.
And that's what everybody wants, whether they like you or not. You are a person. You are a living life. Wishing death upon someone is outrageous, no matter how much you hate someone. Now, I don't know if Anthony's back or if he's on mute. I don't know if he wants to say anything else. But if not, I think we have said enough to tell you and show you what happens or what could happen if you don't take this advice and put it forth to something that can make you better. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, I don't know if Anthony's back. Anthony, are you back? Or are you still on mute?
I think it's still on mute, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Bitch.
I'm sorry for the background noise if there's any. Here we go. That should be better. But yes, this has gone too far. This has gone too far. Or it's going to go too far if you don't fix it. I'm not a medical person. Some of the things may be wrong, but if it's a way to motivate you to do better, then it's helping.
I've already posted like it's stuff for me to go to.
Then why don't you just go?
Not go to. Oh, but like call and set up appointments and stuff.
No, you don't set up an appointment. You walk in. If you literally just attempted it a few days ago, they will admit you.
Not a few days.
Okay, I'm wrong, but if you attempted it recently, they will admit you immediately. They will admit you immediately. And they will help you with the appointments and all of that. Don't be calling over the phone. You need to go in physically. You need to go in physically. And when you go, if they don't admit you immediately, then they're not doing their job. They're not doing their job. They will admit you immediately if you tell them you just recently... Excuse me. They will admit you immediately if you tell them you recently tried to commit suicide. They will. That's all. You do that, and they will help you, and they will get you in immediately. They will get you set up, and then they will schedule a doctor to see you within that day. And then you figure it out from there. Calling is not going to help. You just find the behavioral center that's the closest, or the hospital that's closest, and you go to it. And then if it's not the right place, they will personally move you from there to the next place or tell you where to go, and then you go there. All right? All right? So as soon as this call is over, if you got work today, you know what? No. Even if you got work today, go straight to the hospital. Go straight to the behavioral or the hospital, whichever one's closer, and admit yourself. Hold on, Buttons.
I have work and I'm sorry.
No, Buttons, you're okay. You're fine. I don't want to lose my train of thought. They will call your work. Or call your work when you're there, when they're getting you admitted. Or you tell them, I have work today. Either they're going to tell you, we'll monitor you and you can call them. Or they'll say, give me the number and we will call them. Depending on the situation. So, go straight to the hospital or the behavioral, again, whichever one's closer, and get yourself admitted. Or get it all figured out. Over the phone's not going to help. Because over the phone, you could say, okay, and then later on you'll go, I'm not going because I don't need it. If you're there, there's no way of backing out. All right? Okay. Sorry for being the blunder of things, but this needs to be handled. This really needs to be handled before it's too late. It's good that you caught yourself. It's good that you caught yourself. But now, since you caught yourself, what are you going to do? Are you going to just push it aside and be like, oh, I'm not going to do it again? But that ain't gonna work. That's not going to work. It will happen. It will happen again. Maybe not in weeks, maybe not in days, maybe not in months, hell, maybe not in years. But it'll happen again. When the right thing triggers. And from what I'm hearing, I'll trigger you. And that's more of a reason that you need to go there. I don't think anybody else needs to say anything. Because after this, Blake does get it. I'm going to hear from him for a while.
You
So.
You completely cut out.
Oh, I'm saying with Blake, if there's nothing else any of us need to say, if you're going to say something, say it now. Because if Blake gets admitted, we're not going to hear from him for a while. They take your phone. They take everything. Okay? All right. Anything?
I have nothing to say.
We're done here. I'm not. I'm not.
By the way.
I'm not gonna fucking and admit myself. Oh, do you know who Arya fucking sounded like? She sounded like Vita telling Buttons to go to a mental hospital.
Uh-huh.
Oh. No, what I already know what I'm going to do. I already know what I need to do. What I need to do is get fucking therapy. I will not put my life on hold. Well, it's because of this shit. And do you know how many fucking times I've attempted suicide? And countless. And do you know what happens every single fucking time? I compartmentalize. I get therapy and I move on. I don't put myself in a fucking mental institution. And that was some Vita bullshit.
The fact that you compared Arya to Vita is fucking hilariously stupid.
Are you saying you're not gonna go?
He said that Arya sounded like Vita when Vita said you should go to a mental hospital, and that's fucking rich.
She actually wanted to get help, Blake.
I am going to get help, but I'm not going to go to I'm not going to get myself admitted. That's putting my life on hold. Well, then when I get out, do you know what's going to happen? Let's say I do. Let's say I get help. Let's say I go to this place. Let's say, that I decide to go and fucking get myself admitted to a mental place. You know what's going to happen? And I'll be right back to square One, when I get out and I get placed with a bill. How many times do I have to say this? Help toss money. And it also puts my life on hold. I just want to go to therapy and get meditated. That's what I need. I don't need to be sealed away from the outside world.
You attempted suicide, Blake. Yes, you do. You need to be admitted. You tried to slit your throat. Yeah. Take Blake from the group if you can.
Blake, are you still there?
Yes.
As you can hear, there's clearly two persons in here that I don't know if they still care, but they at least cared about you to the point that they went into a call, breaking down in your fucking faces because they want you to get better, to get the help that you need.
Wait,
no, don't talk. I know, from your standpoint, you don't think that this is gonna help you in the long run. You think this is gonna mess up your life. You think that after you go to therapy, like, that your life will be put on hold and that you will never be able to pick it back up. You can still pick your life back up, even after you've done that.
It'll help you.
You can, yeah. It will get you the help. You already said it. You attempted suicide multiple times. That's not a healthy thing to do. That's an incredibly unhealthy thing to do. That's the way that nobody should take their problems with in the first place. If you're literally having so many suicide attempts, please go to a mental hospital. Get the help you need. Take the time off of your life. Maybe that is why you keep attempting those, because your life is being stressful to you. It's okay to take that break if you need it.
No,
it is okay.
It's not
It
okay.
is okay.
It's not okay. Hey, does you know what else is gonna happen? You know what else is gonna happen? I'm gonna lose my fucking car. And then how am I going to pick my life back up if I can't even drive to a fucking job?
How are you gonna?
Why would you lose your car?
Because I'm on a monthly fucking payment thing. If I'm gone for months, they will repo it. They tried to repo it once before.
They don't put people away.
Able to get money.
No. Let me talk. They don't put people away in mental hospitals for months. They do it for a few weeks at best. They're not going to put you away for fucking months. The reason I was put away for months is because I didn't have a home to go back to, and they were looking for a home for me. You have a home to go back to.
Hello. I'm sorry, my phone died.
Oh, hey, Aria. How's it going?
My phone died.
Okay, so Arya, he compared you to Vita when Vita was trying to get me to go to the hospital because he was fucking with me.
What?
Yeah, fucking rich, right?
What? Alright, you know what? No, I tried helping you.
I'm going to get help. Not in that. I'm going to.
No, listen to me. I tried to help you. I tried to give you everything. I tried to give you advice that could help you. If you're really going to call me something like that. And by the way, Vita ain't that bad. I've talked to him, but that's a different situation. I don't want to talk about that right now. If you're really going to call me that, then I'm only helping you because I'm helping you because you are a person. And I'm trying to save a life. I don't have to. I'm doing it because I'm kind. But if you don't want to, if you don't want to take my help, then that's on you. That's on you. I don't have to help you. I'm doing it because I want to.
You attempted suicide, Blake. You said it clear as day what you did.
We have it recorded.
We could give that to the fucking authorities and have you put in if we found out your area. If we wanted to.
And what you said, somebody has your address. We could hunt them down and find it. But we don't want to do that. You're a person. You have a mind.
Except they don't have my current address. As I've tried looking myself up to see.
Well, you know what? I have your phone number.
They can look you up by phone number. They can look you up by name. Doesn't matter. By you calling me out like that, by you saying that all those things that, I don't know. I'm angered. I'm really angered. I put myself out there. Hell, I was supposed to go and freaking shower and go do things. But I put my own time to help you get your life together. And hell, you're older. I don't have to be like that. I'm like that because I'm that type of person. I'll put my own self in the way of others to help.
You don't even care about the fact I said I almost lost you as a friend.
I did. Oh my! I did care. Or you didn't hear it.
Then why didn't you say it? Why didn't you say it?
Because
you're hiding your lies again. You're using.
No, I'm not.
Lies.
How dare you? How fucking dare you?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Can we just kick him?
Just
No.
kick him.
No, let him talk. I want to hear this. Now you've really angered me. Now you've angered me.
I did care. You didn't hear it, but I was fucking. I was trying and read, and when I heard her trying, when I heard you trying, Eden, I teared. I actually tear, and I still tear.
If you care,
Yes,
if you care, then get the mental help. Guess
Let
what,
me
Blake?
get it my own way. Don't make me go away. Don't make me go away. I'm begging you. Don't make me go away.
I will do it if you don't do it yourself.
Just let me do it
No,
my way.
Blake,
Let me go to.
Blake.
Let me get therapy. Let me
Eat
get.
it. Let him talk for a minute.
Let me get therapy. Let me get meditated. Hell, Leo's not here, but I'll say it. Let me go to confession, and so I can confess to years and years of lying. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Getting therapy will help. Getting meditated will help. I will tell you.
Blake!
What?
We'll
Yes.
be put on a fucking wait list. You could slip during that week. And if you don't put yourself in the hospital, I fucking will. And
If you're in the hospital, Blake, they're going to put you as first priority. Who's got the background noise?
Sorry.
It's all right, Countess. Can you mute yourself for a sec? Thank you. Yeah, if you're in the hospital,
because you attempted suicide a couple days before Christmas. You attempted suicide a couple days before Christmas, and I begged you to go to the hospital. I begged you to get any form of help, and you said you would get help. You said you would get insurance, and you'd be on therapy by now, and you're not. So you know what, Blake? If you don't go to the hospital this afternoon, I will find out where the area you live, and I will admit you myself. I'm Baker Act. Because you know what? Vita did it to fuck with me. I do it because I actually don't want you to fucking die.
There we go. I moved myself to the quieter room, hopefully. Okay.
This is not a game.
This is. I have a feeling.
I'm not saying this is a game. This is.
I gave a whole spiel for 20 minutes.
If you don't put yourself in the hospital, Blake, I will have Leo help me, and you will go to the hospital.
And Blake, if you don't do it yourself, I know I'm probably cutting, I'm sorry. If you don't do it yourself and they do that, it's going to be a lot worse. It's going to be a lot worse.
And I'm not doing this because I'm like Vita when he was fucking with me. I'm doing this because you told me as a friend you wanted to die and attempted suicide.
And you said how you did it on here.
We have it recorded.
And I'm telling you, Blake, if you don't do it yourself and if someone has to call them to take you there, it's a very different process on how they take you there.
I had to do it to my ex-roommate. He got taken by the police and he was in the hospital for a week. And he didn't even attempt suicide. He just saying he was wanted to die. If they found out you said that very recently you tried to slit your fucking throat, they are going to put you in for maybe a month.
No, they'll put you in longer with what you've told everyone here about yourself and how you think, and you use lies as a weakness and not knowing what to do and rock bottom and all that. They're probably going to keep you in for a long time, Blake. If someone has to call you in. because that's just more evidence on that you really need help. And you're not fit to care for yourself. Am I right? If that is the case, then you need to go now and go get the help. Doing it your own way is not helping. You already said you're going to go do things your own way. And where is that putting you? Where does that put you? Tell me. Don't do the size or any of that. Just say it out front. You want me pissed? I'm pissed now. I tried to fucking help you.
This stuff takes time.
I know
when I'm not getting thrown into an asylum. Basically, you're asking me to go to an asylum.
No. Okay, I'm gonna.
What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna say this now. No,
Listen, Blake.
stop, Mal. This is not an asylum. Asylum and a behavioral center are very two different things.
Blake, that's an insult to me because I've been to fucking mental places because I've attempted suicide. That's an insult to me personally and every person who's been suicidal. They are not going to put you in a fucking mental asylum. They will put you in a behavioral suicide watch clinic area where they will get you medication. They will give you group therapy sessions. They will ask you things about your life. You're not going to want to confront, but you're going to fucking have to.
And you're going to talk to people who are in the same boat as you and figuring and how they deal with it and give you strategies on how they deal with it.
Don't give me this bullshit about it being a mental asylum.
Now, hold on. If someone has to call you in and you resist, then there is a slim chance that they may throw you in there for a day. I know there's crying. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Then there is a slim chance that they will do that because they're doing it as safety. And you're not going to be there the entire time. You'll probably be there for a day for being held. That way they can figure out what to do. Because, tell me if I'm wrong, asylums are more protected for incidents.
Yeah.
Behavioral facilities are like living quarters with help. But if they don't know what your issue is, they're going to put you into the asylum for a night because they don't know or an hour or something just to figure out what to do.
Arya, I've been through this.
Okay, that's fine.
If they don't know, they only put you in a mental asylum if you are a danger to yourself and or society severely, but basically what they do is if they don't know your issue, they'll just have you in the same area as the suicidal people, and like you'll be in like the area kind of evaluate.
Hi Leo, guess what? Blake called me Vita. After I tried to help him, and he called me out for a lot of things when I lost connection. How do you think that makes me feel?
I don't think she.
I take more issue with apparently somebody in here is saying they're going to get me to give them Blake's address if they don't get help. I'd like to know.
No, I didn't say,
not me.
No, I didn't say you would get the address. I was saying maybe you could help me like find his name and I have his phone number and like we could facilitate that. No, I don't want you to give me his address. I don't want you to talk to
No. That was none of that. We apologize if that was We apologize if that was taken into wrong context. No,
I would never ask for his address. I would like at least want his full name if you have it. But if not, then we could figure something out.
At this point, I just leave him to his own devices, whether he helps himself or destroys himself.
And that's where I'm at now, Leo, because I feel I'm appalled, I'm pissed, and I'm aggravated. I've helped. I put my words out there, and then as soon as my phone dies, because I have to use my phone, he's talking crap about me again.
Yeah, he went on a tangent and said, "Oh, she's just like Vita."
How?
Because she's trying to tell him to go to a hospital like Vita was with Buttons.
What do you think about all this, Anthony?
Anthony, he's mute. at the moment. I think he's eating or something. He's been for the past 15 minutes or more. Yeah, I'm really angry. Like, I didn't have to help, but I told Blake this. Doesn't matter about the person. You're a life. You are a living life, and you only live once. And everybody should deserve to live. And for general, there's certain situations, but that's a different conversation. Everybody deserves to have a life. Correct me if I am wrong.
No, you're not. I mean, unless they're a pedophile.
That's a different situation. I'm talking about in general.
They deserve a shot at life, but if they ruin their shot at life, then,
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
Sorry.
Yes, Anthony,
yeah.
we were talking. Leah was talking to you.
Yeah, I just want to know what your thoughts on this all so far is.
Is he typing or what?
Yeah. I think he's turning on his mic again or something. I'm just about to be done with Blake because I feel like I've put in all my effort out there to help him, but he's the only one that can help himself.
Well, don't be just be done with him. Be done with him.
Yeah, I was about to end the conversation before my phone died on me, but then when I came back, that happened, and now I'm like, no, I'm angry because I feel like I wasted my time.
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. So for about 30 to 40 minutes, I got tired and took my headset off. It's still recorded if I really need to hear it, but from what I came into just now, it sounds like not a lot happened. But the progress was not made.
It's essentially going around in circles at this point.
Yeah.
I kind of
Kick Blake.
oddly enough, it was
But
already
hold on.
Well, hold it. But what my thought is it basically you want a reasonable reaction here would be this. If people want to keep track of Blake, we could come back and check back at him in about a week or a month or whatever.
No. I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
I personally think we just need to leave the man to his own devices, whether it be self-destructive or self-help.
Yep. We all just forget of it. We all forget about it, unfortunately.
I'm not too worried about it then. Well, it was a trip, boss.
Yep. I'm angry. I'm very angry. I try to help. I try to do all that. And I only went off because of how Buttons reacted.
Well, I only hopped back in to clarify because I was told by Panzer that I was mentioned, so I'm going to go ahead and be on my way again.
No worries, Leo. Have a good day.
Oh, it actually kicked him.
Oh, Blake is gone again. Oh, I
Yes.
didn't even notice.
Yeah, I was done talking with or about him for some time now. Where I was like, I'd rather sit in the. I've started
This
having
conversation just like.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
No,
all right, don't
do not.
No.